Hi, I'm Mitchell, and today I will introduce you to a place where fire meets ice, myths come to life, and northern lights dance across the sky. This place is also where glaciers form extraordinary landscapes like you've never seen before. Be prepared to enter a fairy tale, a country that is the safest country in the world, where in fact it has the highest standards of living. But nevertheless, the weather changes every 15 minutes. This place also has absolutely free medicine just in case you get a cough from all the snow. Now pay close attention. Every 10th resident of this country has published his or her own book. This country is itself, in fact, the world leader in books sold per capita. This is the first country in the world to ever elect a female president. And in fact, that female president served for an entire 4 terms. Here, in fact, is also the oldest parliament in the world. And this parliament was actually founded a really long time ago, all the way in 930. Now, I will say something that 99.99% of the world will absolutely love. This country does not have a single mosquito, so you won't be going around scratching yourself. And in fact, this I don't like as much, but it does not have a single snake. This country has not one, but 13 Santa Clauses, 13 times the gifts. Now, have you ever wondered, where do astronauts train for their lunar missions? Just on a simulation? Well, I'm here to tell you that no, not just a simulation. This country is perfect because there are lots of bumpy little roads and a lot of bumpy landscapes for astronauts to train. Now, this magic country is none other than Iceland!
Millions of years ago, deep beneath the ocean, volcanic forces shaped a new world. Erupting volcanoes repeatedly spewed molten rock into the sky, shaping the rugged new island that we know today as Iceland. And the crazy thing is, this land still continues to grow at a rate of 2 centimeters per year. Centuries later, intrepid Vikings set out for this icy island, drawn by its fortune of natural resources. There, they found a unique society based on freedom and self-government. The Althing, the world's oldest parliament, was founded here 11 centuries ago, with a testament to the island's democratic spirit. Iceland is a land of contrasts. Towering glaciers sit next to the steaming geothermal pools. The northern lights paint the night sky in vivid colors. This unique combination of fire and ice has shaped the island's culture and way of life. It's a crazy fact, but Iceland is actually ranked among the top 5 wealthiest countries in the whole entire world. And life expectancy is among the highest in the world here in Iceland. Icelanders have a deep respect for nature, which is tied closely to their country. They use geothermal energy to heat their streets, roads, sidewalks, homes, and the power industries. And hydroelectric power plants harness the energy of Iceland's many cold and warm rivers. Icelanders are known for their friendliness, resilience, and strong sense of community. They are deeply connected to their history and culture and are proud that millions of people from all over the world come to experience their country. Iceland has a unique naming system. Each Icelander only has a first name and a patronymic. There are no surnames here. The law establishes a clear list of names that a child can be called. That is, names are chosen only from a list established by the state committee, and no other options. Now, if I were to name my son John, let's say, then his full name would be John Mitchell-Sunner. And if I name my daughter Janita, then my daughter's name would be Janita Mitchell-Dottir. When an Icelander gets married, she does not have to change her patronymic. That is, in every family, the husband and wife always have completely different patronymics. And the children's patronymics are formed from the father's name. Iceland is a country of extraordinarily natural beauty. From the powerful geothermal areas of 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐞 to the glacial lagoons, there's something to surprise every visitor that comes here. Iceland, the land of ice and fire, is not just a visual spectacle. It is also a culinary destination with exquisite and delicious dishes that everyone should have a try. One of Iceland's most famous dishes is hakari, or fermented shark. This dish is not for the faint of heart. It's strong-smelling, spicy delicacy that has been a staple of the Icelandic diet for centuries. While it may not suit the taste buds, it is definitely worth a try for those thrill seekers. Another Icelandic specialty is skyr. This thick, creamy dairy product is similar to yogurt, but has a more savory flavor. It is often eaten with berries, honey, or granola. During the winter months, Icelanders often hover around the hot pot, a communal pot of shimmering meat, vegetables, and potatoes. It is a delicious and enjoyable way to warm up on a cold Icelandic night. Seafood is another major part of Icelandic culture. Fresh fish such as cod, haddock, and halibut are always available for you to come and eat them. Icelandic lamb is also a traditional dish, known for its rich flavors. Icelandic bakeries are a traditional sweet treat, including kleiner, deep-fried pastries dusted with powdered sugar, and leaf-shaped bread. As you sit down in an Icelandic ice cream shop, you can often find yourself looking into the gaze of cows. In fact, looking into the gaze of an animal often makes your heart soar, your feelings energetic with love and happiness, which just makes your meal taste so much better and everything just feels right. Icelandic Christmas is not a holiday that Europeans or Americans are used to. There isn't even a Santa Claus. Instead, 13 mischievous trolls bring presents, and children who do not want to listen or be good for the whole entire year are scared by a huge man-eating cat. Happy, happy, happy. Icelanders are not as strict Christians as other Europeans. Despite the Christian context of Christmas, that is, Yule, it has many pagan and folkloric elements.
In this country of magic and wonders, there is not just one Santa Claus, but 13. These 13 little mischievous boys are called the Yule Lad. Long ago, these 13 mischievous brothers lived in a dark cave with their troll mother, 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐤. Every night before Christmas, one of the brothers would sneak into town and cause mischief. One would try to steal sheep, another would sniff doorways. Other mischief included stealing food, scaring children, and even licking pots. Today, the Yule Lads are seen as playful characters who bring small gifts to well-behaved children in the days leading up to Christmas. They can leave small gifts in children's shoes if the children behave well, but if not, there's no coal in them but potatoes. Children eagerly await the arrival of each of these Yules, leaving their shoes on the windowsill in hope of receiving a little small treat. The Icelandic cat. The legend of the Icelandic 𝐥𝐤𝐞 is a unique and somewhat terrifying Christmas tradition. According to folklore, a monstrous cat roams the Icelandic countryside during the Christmas season. This fearsome feline preys upon those who have not received any new clothes for Christmas. Children would eagerly anticipate their new clothes, knowing that their well-being depended on it. Cemeteries and every grave are illuminated. There are hundreds of scary, spooky legends about cemeteries around the world, but none of them are related to Iceland. I think it is the only country in the world where cemeteries and every grave are illuminated. The sight of illuminated cemeteries in Iceland may seem unusual to some, but you see, Icelanders have a special relationship with electricity. Thanks to geothermal energy, an extensive network of hot springs and volcanic activities, electricity is incredibly cheap and easily available. It is as if they are bathed in electrons. Now, what is a better way to honor the dead than to bathe their final resting places in a warm glow of light? It's a beautiful and touching gesture, a testament to the Icelandic spirit of warmth and remembrance. Iceland is a bridge between continents because it is in fact located on the mid-Atlantic ridge, an underwater mountain range where the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates are slowly moving apart. This unique geological feature makes Iceland the only place on Earth where you can literally walk between two continents. This bridge I'm standing on right now, called the bridge between continents, is built over a crack in the ground that marks the boundary between the two plates. Look at this! I'm throwing a snowball to Europe!
Iceland has inspired many local artists, poets, and writers for many, many centuries. It is hard to imagine, but every 10th resident of Iceland has written a book. And how can you not claim the influence of surrounding nature on people after such statistics? Local landscapes here are used by film directors for filming Hollywood movies and cult TV series. This is not surprising, because Iceland, with its geysers, valleys, waterfalls, and volcanoes, could not help but be in demand for filming other worlds and planets. For example, in Game of Thrones, Iceland turned into the outskirts of the Seven Kingdoms. And in Star Wars Interstellar, Iceland played the role of other planets. In the film Batman Begins, they passed off the mountains of Iceland as Tibet. And in the film Lara Croft with Angelina Jolie, the Blue Lagoon, the most famous place in all of Iceland, the most well-known attraction there, replaced the Siberian tundra. But these landscapes have one peculiarity. Here's an example of Icelandic humor. How do you find a person in the forest? Just ask him to stand up. Yes, there is a shortage of big, tall trees. The waterfalls are simply amazing. There are many of them, and they're all different. My friends, you have heard about black beaches, magical places, the likes of which are unlikely to be found. That is what people come here for, and when they arrive, they're amazed by the view. And other places have no less significance than the Northern Lights. 80% of the land is unsuitable habitation, but 350,000 people live in the remaining part. Horses and sheep cannot, I repeat, cannot be exported from Iceland. And if you have exported them, there is no coming back. Here in Iceland, they are afraid of bringing any disease or infection to their animals. So, if you want a herd in Iceland, you better find it there. In Iceland, children are tempered by the forces of nature from the cradle, and schools are not just educational institutions, but real centers of health and development. In Iceland, school is not just a place for studying, it is a way of life. Here, children are taught independence and responsibility from the early age. It does not matter what the weather is like outside. Classes are always on schedule. Icelandic students are accustomed to changeable weather, so for them, missing school because of rain, snow, or wind is simply unacceptable. Before entering the school, all children take off their shoes and remain in socks for the remainder of the school day. The Icelandic education is unique with sports. Swimming is a compulsory subject in every school, like mathematics and literature. And this is not surprising because Iceland is a country of lakes and hot springs. Of course, every school has a swimming pool and a football/soccer field.
For those of you who have watched my videos, when I go to a country that I haven't been to, or that I have, I usually intend to bring home souvenirs. In case of Iceland, I got a rune. Now, here's a brief little history about runes. Runes are symbols, which could mean anything, literally anything. The one around my neck means travel, after all being a traveling YouTuber. And the one that I'm holding in my hand means justice and authority. But what type of rune would you get? You guys tell me down in the comment section down below. That's all for today. Mitchell, out.